Hello everyone, Beard Reads Books here. Now for today's video, I'm not going to be doing a book review. What I am going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a film review. Now, the very first book review I did for my channel, about 11 months or so ago now, was The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. And the other day I was thinking to myself, it's been quite a long time since I've seen a 1953 film, like The War of the Worlds. But I'm not sure offhand how many years it's been, but it's got to be at least 15, probably 20 years ago since I last watched it. And I thought, I just really fancied watching it again. And I thought, I decided I'd watch it and do a film review, seeing as I've done the book review. So I sat down this morning and gave it a little watch. And obviously, as you can probably imagine and appreciate, there's always differences between books and the films. And with The War of the Worlds, obviously the book was set in like Victorian London, whereas the film takes it over to America and like sets it in then contemporary America, so early 50s America, like California area. Now, when I first watched the film many years ago, I can remember sort of at the time I was like, meh, I wasn't overly fussed about it. I just thought, this is just a silly old, very dated film. But watching it this morning, I had a bit more appreciation for it. And I wasn't sitting there thinking, yeah, this is crap. I did kind of enjoy it. I mean, I enjoyed it in different ways to how I enjoyed the book. So with the book, I really enjoyed sort of the imagery that the text conjured up in my mind. For example, with regard to the Martians themselves, in the way the book describes the Martians, it conjured up images in my mind of some kind of Lovecraftian being, some kind of creature, one of the elder races. Those of you that are into sort of Lovecraftian stories will know what I'm talking about. So, and also sort of the ships that the Martians are in, the sort of the tripod ships, the way they move about. You know, I love the imagery that the text sort of conjured up in my mind. Now, in the film, we don't get that. I mean, for a start, the ships are not on tripods, but the designs of the ships in the film, I really enjoyed. I felt it worked. It really, yeah, it was good. I mean, it's 1950s special effects, and it's a bit dated. And depending on which version you watch, I suppose which DVD you watch, or which, and all that, in some shots you can see the wires. I mean, I was watching it on Amazon Prime, and some of the scenes on Amazon on the TV, you could see the wires and that. So yeah, you can tell it's dated. But I love the design of them. Did I enjoy it as the ships in the film as much as sort of the imagery of the tripod ships? Probably as much, yeah. I liked them as much. But one thing I didn't enjoy was the depiction of the Martians themselves in the film. Like I said, in the book, the way they're described in the book, they come across as some kind of Lovecraftian elder race. But in the film, they're a proto ET. I mean, okay, you only get a bit of a fleeting shot of the Martians in the 1953 film, but it's I wouldn't be at all surprised if Steven Spielberg got inspiration for his design of ET from from the War of the Worlds. He must have watched that film, seen the depiction of the Martians in that, and thought, and then when he came to make ET, that's where he got his influence from designing ET from the film. So that didn't work for me. I mean, kind of a Lovecraftian elder race creature sort of invokes a bit of terror in me, like a fear. If I came up against one of those, I'd be afraid. You know, so to see a Martian that would look like that, yeah, I'd be scared. But to come up against a Martian that looked like an ET, it wouldn't work for me. I'd probably just be laughing me absolute pants off. Yeah. Which would make me easy prey for the Martian to get me with its death ray or whatever it had. Yeah, so yeah, so that didn't really work for me. And that. I mean, one thing I did like about the film, in comparison to the book, is that the film sort of gives you an idea of what's going on around the whole world with regards to the Martians coming. Because in the book, obviously it's set in sort of Victorian England, and sort of all the action happens sort of around sort of London, the home counties area, and you don't really sort of hear much of what's happening outside of that area. And so you don't really sort of fully know what's going on in the rest of the world or anything like that. So, and when I was reading the book, yes, I enjoyed the book very much, but there was a part of me feeling that it was very home county centric. Whereas in the film, you know, there's a bit of the film where they're reporting on what's happening around the rest of the world in other countries and all the rest, and I thought that was an improvement over the book. I thought I really did enjoy that. So that, yeah. So I mean, there was some. So I kind of enjoyed both those aspects of the book that I preferred over the film. But there's also aspects of the film that I enjoyed very much over the book. But I mean, as for the film itself, to my mind, it's more the kind of film you'd watch on a Sunday afternoon. Now, I wouldn't say it's the kind of film you'd sort of like choose for a date night on a Saturday night or something like that. But if you've got a bit of a wet Sunday afternoon when you're not got much going on and you just want to long out in front of the TV for a couple of hours or so, the 1953 film is definitely a good one. So yeah, that's what I'd say. So yeah, it's a good film, one I would sort of say is worth watching, but for me personally, sort of the book just edges it a bit over the film. If I had to choose between the two, I'd say go for the book. But having said that, yeah, I mean, it's worth watching, the 1953 version film. So if you've got a quiet Sunday afternoon when you've not got much going on and you're into that kind of stuff, definitely give it a watch, see. Yeah. Now, if you've watched the film, drop me a comment down below and tell me what you thought of it. And if you've read the book as well, so let me know what you think, like how it compared, the film compares to the book, which one you enjoyed more, the book or the film. There, drop me. Yeah, so I'd love to know your views. Now, what I am going to do is I'm probably going to do a few more film reviews, sort of like where there's films sort of based on books that I've done a book review on. I'll probably watch those films, and my plan going forward is, because obviously I'm putting this one up on a Wednesday. This has come out on a Wednesday, so film reviews, if I do any more, I'm going to do them on a Wednesday as well, and keep my book reviews to a Saturday. So that's my plan going forward. And all being well, my next film review is going to be on the film Kaz, based on my recent book review, A Kestrel for an Ave. So all being well, that's going to be coming out next Wednesday. So keep your eyes open for that one. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bring this little video to an end. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. And in the meantime, stay safe. Happy reading.